And that's official right there. And so again, good morning, friends. Thanks for coming to your yoga practice this morning. I have a chair. Grab a chair, and I have the back end of the chair facing me because we're going to use it. We're not going to sit in it at all. We're just going to use it for some different things. I have two blankets, which I'm not going to need right now. You might just want one. That's fine. And it's important to be generous with yourself. It's easy to say, "Oh, I don't want to grab that," or "Oh," but if we can make our practice more enjoyable, we're more apt to do it, and we're more apt to release tension, which is really one of the main goals here. So we're going to start by standing and just moving around in whatever ways feel good to you. You can kind of shake out your legs, shake out your arms, your hands, your feet. Oh, we're gonna swing our arms a little bit. Let's swing them forward and back. Make sure you don't hit your chair. That's an important thing when you have props around. Oh, but this type of movement can just feel so good. Letting your knees bend a little bit. Ah, you find your sigh. Ah, ah. Makes me think of children, like a little 3-year-old. I've seen little kids do things like that, and they're like, ah, just let it go. Come back to center, and I'm gonna let the arms swing from side to side. Again, don't hit your chair with your fingers. And letting your maybe one heel lift and the other heel lift, swinging the arms. And to remember that the goal of a yoga practice is the same as a goal of a qigong practice or tai chi. It's kind of encouraging the flow of energy, encouraging the balancing of energy throughout the body, functioning optimally is it's the name of the game. Back to center and reroute your feet. We'll find some twisty arm swings, letting your arms. Maybe take your time. Maybe you need to warm your spine up a little bit. This is a great way to warm up the spine, to warm up the hip flexors, just warming things up. And even as you're finding these movements, you might already feel a little bit more energized than you did just a minute or two ago. Magic. And we'll come back to center and root your feet into the earth. Doesn't matter how close, how far away your feet are. And actually, we'll lift the heels and kind of tamp down a couple times. Tamping. And see if tension from your shoulders can kind of wiggle down like jello, like jello. And let your hands come together in front of your chest in a prayer posture. And a prayer posture is a way to sort of close the circuit of energy. It's like your palms of your hands pressing against each other. It's like you have this little circuit of energy moving from your heart through your arm, through your hand into the other hand. You can think of it as a little electronic circuit. So as your palms of your hands press into each other, you're strengthening this little circuit of energy in your heart and encouraging warmth and openness, kindness to yourself. And take a nice deep breath. Maybe come into your breath, noticing your breath as you relax your shoulders and your jaw and your eyes. You find a smile, smile into the palms of your hands, and then that smile travels the circuit into your heart, the little light circuit. of energy and warmth and kindness, making its way through your arms, through your chest, warming things up. Feeling your breath. And then we'll take our hands and interlace your fingers, press them away from you, your arms press out, thumbs point down, and press up towards the ceiling. And we'll find a lateral stretch here, stretching one way and then the other. Back to center. I'm gonna twist a little, finding a twist one direction. Maybe you twist all the way into your hips, that's fine. And the other direction, bending and twisting like bamboo. Being flexible, letting your hands release and lowering your arms. And then shake out your hands and shake out your feet. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and back a few times. And then we'll bring the palms of your hands together again. In that little circuit of energy and that smile, and it helps to release and relax your shoulders. It relaxes the space behind your heart, shoulder blades, and your spine. Find a sigh on an exhale. Interlace your fingers in the other direction, the other interlace, the one that feels funny, and then press them away, thumbs press down, and we'll bend and twist like bamboo again. Reach your arms up and and twist hips direction. And the other. Back to center and release the hands. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and back down. And shake out your hands, shake out your feet. Very nice. Rotate your wrists. Let your fingers find a movement as well. You might rock from the ball of your foot to your heel. You can let your hands, fingers rotate the other direction. And then we'll come back to releasing the hands, shaking them out. We're going to come to our chair, our friendly neighborhood chair. And it's important to have at least the back legs on the mat, and it keeps it from slipping and sliding. Just stand with one hand on the back of your chair and your feet together, and your fingertips can touch the chair. We're going to use it as a sort of a little balancing apparatus. You're going to find a lateral stretch. So turn the palm of your away from the chair hand out and reach it out, and then find fingertips reaching up and maybe over a little bit. Turn your head to look down and breathe into your side ribs. It doesn't matter how far you're folding over to the side. We're trying to open up the chest, open up the side ribs, and the hip, and really press your feet into the earth. And then lift your arm up, release your arm, make a few circles with that arm. A few circles, one direction, 2 or 3. I guess a few is 3. And then the other direction. Now we're going to lengthen that line of the body. Actually, first let your arm come down. Root your foot into the ground, and looking behind you, making sure you won't kick anything. Lean onto this foot, hold onto the back, and let's see if you can let your leg kind of swing a little bit. It doesn't have to swing very far. Kind of just see if your leg can swing. Maybe you bend your knee a little. Just play around a little bit, shaking out that leg. It can feel really nice in the hip. It can offer a little bit more release also in the low back. It's kind of a nice thing to do. And we'll bring the feet down, reestablish that kind of standing stance, your standing stance. And now this time, maybe you cross the outside foot in, cross the legs, pressing through both feet. And now the stretch is going to come down a little bit more into the side of the leg, and turn your away from the chair leg out, reaching up, and find that lateral stretch and how that feels. You can look down at your hand, lower hand, kind of breathing. We're working with lines of energy, the fascia, the connective tissue, winding through all of our muscles, our bones, or all the connections. Bring the arm back up, and then release. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs, and stand for a moment and just notice the difference in the side of your body. Being more aware of your bodily experience, part of it also. Now, you can either turn to the other side. We're going to do the very same thing on the other side, or you can bring your chair to the other side. You can do whatever you need to do. And we're going to begin with the feet together, hand on the chair, and bring your other hand, palm faces out, reaching up and finding that lateral stretch. Really press through both feet, press through your outside leg foot. Very technical terms in our practice. Maybe you look down at your hands and you breathe. And bring your arm back up and down. And let's rotate that arm a few times, one direction. See what your breath wants to do and go the other direction. There's no need to be too serious to worry about doing things right. The age of the guru is over. It's over. It's all about you. You are your own guru. Shake out your arm. You can turn a little bit. We're gonna let the leg find a swinging, and maybe you onto that standing leg and just let it swing. Bend your knee a little. Careful not to whack your toes. Nothing worse than whacked toes. And I think that's part of the lesson that we can learn from that also is, that we don't have to be coaxed to do things, but there's no perfection. You don't have to be perfect. And it's more important to feel a sense of relaxation, a sense of enjoyment in our activity. More helpful for releasing the tension around the tissue of the body that encourages the flow of energy. We're gonna come back and find your standy stance. You can cross your feet if that is working for you. It's an interesting experience. Pressing through both feet, really pressing, and maybe feel it all the way up into your bum. And turn your palm to face away, and then find your lateral stretch. Look down at your hand, low hand. Breathe into the stretch, into this line of tissue from the bottom of your feet all the way up the side of your body to your fingertips, and then release the hand, let go, and take things out. And stand for a moment and sort of notice. Take a breath or two, or three. Notice where your weight tends to go. Are you shifted over to one side more than the other side? And so it's all about your experience, but there are guides. I'm a guide. You have lots of guides, lots of people that you interact with throughout your daily life that can assist you and just be there for you, support you. Like this chair. We're going to bring the chair back to kind of the top of the mat because we're going to play around a little bit with it here. And I like it where we're gonna be able to bring your hands to the top of your chair. I'm gonna find a downward dog-ish movement with this. So stepping your feet back, you can press your hands into the chair and get that stretch through your armpits. You can wiggle your hips a little. You can see if your head and neck can relax a little bit. Maybe you bend one knee, big stretch and bend the other knee. Around here, pressing into the top of the chair, feeling supported, feeling this little down dog stretch, envisioning the stretch from the palms of your hands, maybe pressing through the top of your chair with the palms of your hands, and the stretch from the palms of your hands all the way to your tailbone. Bend your knees and straighten them a little, and it doesn't matter how far away you are from the back of your chair. Take a slow, relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in and let it go. We're going to play around a little bit with a lunge. So just step your left foot forward, let's say. And your back heel, you can lift your back heel and maybe bend into your front knee and straighten it. Just play around a little bit, bending and straightening your front knee. And as you do, you've got your chair. I'm going to put all 4 legs of my chair on my mat. I think that's better for me. Otherwise, I'm slipping around. So you have this upright body posture, but you're kind of playing around in your hips. You're bending and straightening your knee. And then this can become sort of a warrior 1. Keep your front knee straight and then spiral your back heel down. Press your back heel into the mat and your toes sort of point out at a 45-degree angle. And then your front knee can bend. Maybe you bring your fingertips to the chair. If you like, you could bring your hands up to heart center, or you could reach your arms up overhead. But what's more important is pressing through both feet, and you're in this warrior 1 posture. Kind of nice to have the chair because it allows you to adjust your upper body to feel like your shoulders are more square, looking straight ahead, and you're breathing wherever you are. Your shoulders relax a little wherever you are, and you take a nice deep breath and let it go. And we're going to straighten the leg, lift the back heel, bring your hands to the back of the chair, find your downward dog again. And this is nice because we're putting less pressure on the wrists. Just in general, our bodies don't always like some of these postures that you'll see, like my yoga cats on my t-shirt doing. And it's like, this doesn't work all the time. And even if it does, I can do it, but I like this. It just feels good. Let your head and neck relax, sway your hips a little, take a deep breath and let it go. And you're getting this release maybe from under your armpits, the area between your shoulder blades. Now bring the other foot forward. I guess it might be your right foot. Lift your back heel and just playing around, bending and straightening into your front knee. Just playing around with this lunge with your chair supporting you. Even when we find exercise activities, exercising ourselves to exhaustion is not helpful. It's counteractive, it's counterintuitive to our optimal functionality. Straighten your front leg, let your back heel come down. It spirals down, so the pinky edge of your foot's really pressing down. You might feel it in your rocket booster. Bend into your front knee, and here you are in warrior 1. Let your shoulders relax, and you can keep your hands on your chair. You can always, depending upon how heavy your chair is, you can scooch it in, you can scooch it out. Reach your arms up, and you can breathe. Whatever feels good. Maybe one side is a little different than the other. You feel more energized on this side. This is my tighter side. My left hip flexor always feels a little tighter. What do you notice? And then bring your hands back down. Take a nice deep breath in let it go. And lift your back heel. Then step step back into your downward dog-ish, your downward dog-ishness. Bending your knee. Your upper body relaxes a little more, maybe feeling a little bit more hamstrings as you bend, and straighten your legs as you let your neck relax. And take a deep breath and let it go. We'll slowly walk to the top of your chair. And then just let your arms go for a moment. Let your feet kind of move around. Let your hands and wrists move around. The funky dance, I like to call it sometimes. You can funky dance a little bit and stand and observe. Breathing, noticing how that felt. Noticing where the resistance comes up. Sometimes there's physical resistance and sometimes there's mental resistance. Relax your jaw, just notice. Nothing to judge. Find a smile. Where there is resistance, just accept it. Be like, that's okay. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Now we're going to turn our chair around so the seat of your chair faces you. It's like Flashdance. I've never actually seen the movie, but I've seen enough recreations of it and memes. We're gonna find some cat-cows with the chair, with the hands on the chair. So it's like you're in tabletop. Place the palms of your hands in the chair so that your shoulders are over your wrists, and then place your ankles under your hips. Let your toes lift up and then place them back down. And we're find some cats and cows. So opening up your front body in a cow, letting your udders fall to the ground, and then raise your back like mad cats. In the chest, tailbone scoops in, and play around with this cat-cow with the chair. And this is the same type of movement as when we're in tabletop, finding cats and cows. It's such a common yoga thing, and it's a great way to move the spine. I like this better than a seated cat-cow for some reasons. One is because you can really move your hips quite a bit. You can play around a lot in your low back. You can bend and straighten your knees so you can get a nice stretch on the hamstrings as well. And so bending and straightening and just playing around. We're gonna find a happy puppy. So turning to look over one shoulder and bring that hip in too, and then like you're wagging the tail, going to the other side. Hip comes in, looking over the shoulder, playing with that hip lifting muscle called the quadratus lumborum. And hey, it's all just helpful for movement. The movement of energy. And our energy is put into this material form, this material experience. We'll come back to center. Step your feet towards each other together. They can be a little closer to the chair. We're going to find a twist. Bring your left hand in front of your face, bend your left knee, keep your right leg straight, and then bring your right hand to your hip. Open up your chest and just press through the palm of your hand and find the stretch through your right leg, your right hip. Maybe you reach your arm up and fingertips go towards the sky. So you're getting this twisty twist, fingertips to the sky. You can look at them. You can see if your palm can be nice and engaged, your fingertips engaged like you're shooting lightning out of them as you breathe. And bring your hand back down, straighten your left leg, right hand comes under your face, right knee bends, left hand to the hip, find that twist. Have that twist through your spine, stretch through your left leg. Maybe you reach your arms up, fingertips towards the sky, and you're envisioning that you're sort of stacking your shoulders. So you've got your shoulder over your wrist up here over your shoulder. You can move your fingers. Maybe you let your hand extend, fingertips really extend towards the sky, turning to look over, touch your thumb, breathing here into that twist. And then taking a big inhale and letting it go. Coming back to the center. And we're slowly gonna roll back up to standing. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and roll back. Take out your hands, take out your feet. Now we're going to bring one foot to the chair. So stepping to approach your chair. I like the top of the chair. Let your left foot come on top of the chair seat. And this itself can be a lot because you're really engaging your standing leg. Your hip is drawing in the flesh of the meat of your hip, kind of drawing in to support your hip. If it feels okay, you can bring your hands to your upper leg and thinking of that shoulders facing forward, kind of evening them out like you're a sailor, like you're a pirate on your ship or a captain of a ship. And the crown of your head is extending towards heavens as you're standing looking across the ocean. And if it feels good to you, maybe you extend your arms up overhead. But what's most important is feeling like your foot feels grounded and your other foot feels grounded. I like to bring my hands to heart center first just to feel that again. You can think of that circuit of energy going through your hands. And even as your arms extend, this circuit of energy, it's like it goes from one hand to the other. So palms of the hands facing each other, and then it comes that circuit of energy through your chest and back up and around. And that's kind of fun. Bring your hands back to heart center and bring them down to the leg. And we're going to switch sides. Carefully step off the chair and use your other foot to come onto the chair. Standing, feeling like the captain of the ship, really pressing through the foot that's on the ground. And you even envision your hips evening out, like your upper hip is a little higher, maybe it lowers and your lower hip heightens a little, and feel what happens with your muscles there. Your shoulders relax. If it feels good, you can bring your hands to heart center. You can reach your arms up. Wherever they are, maybe your circuit of energy moving through the arms, the channels of energy, the meridians in the arms, through the heart, through the lungs, across the plane of your palms touching or your palms apart but facing each other. Kind of fun. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax, and your arms are extended up. Bring them back down. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let your hand come to the back of the chair, release the foot, and now shake things out. It's a nice practice to shake things out a little and then to stand on both feet and just notice how you feel. If your chest can feel nice and open, release rigidity. This is not a mountain pose. This is just a standing posture, kind of a Wu Chi posture, more of a Qigong stance that has a little bit of a bend in your knees and a little softness to your joints. Kind of smile into your experience. And we're going to bring our hands to the chair and find a downward facing dog with the seat of the chair as the base for your hands. So stepping back, and this is different. You can press through the palms of your hands, bend and straighten your knees, let your head and neck relax. They're probably able to relax a little bit more with your hands on the seat of the chair. And again, bending your knees and straightening them a little. Where you feel pulls in the muscle, just be gentle with yourself. Maybe you sway a little from one side to the other. Your jaw, your head relax, your jaw, and your tongue relax. Take a deep breath in and let it go. I'm gonna find the lunge with the left foot forward. So step your left foot forward and your knee just kind of bends because your chair is lower, and Your back heel can lift a little, and you can kind of press through your toes, press through the back of the leg. That could feel very nice. And we'll bring the heel down, spiraling the heel to find warrior one. So your front toes are facing forward, your knee is over-ish your ankle on the front leg, your back pinky edge of the foot presses down. And if it feels good, you could bring yourself up. You can bring your hands to your hips or the heart center. Maybe you extend your arms up overhead. Doesn't matter. Taking a few breaths here, strengthening the legs. It's good to have a nice solid base. Straighten your front leg. If your arms are extended upwards, bring them down to your hips. We're going to find pyramid. So with both legs straight, you're bringing your hands down to the chair. And maybe your back foot wants to step up more, or your front foot wants to step back. It really doesn't matter. But we want to have two straightish legs, and your upper body can release forward. Maybe your head comes down towards the seat of the chair. Depending upon how you're feeling, if you're not terribly stiff, you might even bring your forearms to the seat of the chair, and you're pressing through both feet. Your front foot is lengthening. It's like it's getting longer and wider, and your back foot, the back foot is also nice and strong. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And bring your hands to the seat of the chair and come back into your downward doggish chair experience. It's kind of nice. I like having both hands on my chair. Now, your chair might have more of a scoop in the seat than mine does, and you can always hold on to the edges of the chair. You can play around with where your hands want to be, but see if your head and neck can relax. You can envision this line of energy, or this line from the palms of your hands all the way up your arms, your spine to the tailbone. Take a deep breath and let it go. Now we're gonna step the right foot forward, or the foot of yours, and come into your lunge. So you have that back heel lifted. You can kind of lift and lower, get a stretch through the ball of your foot, through the arch of your foot, wherever it stretches your toes. And now spiral your back heel down. The pinky edge of your foot presses into the earth, and your toes are kind of at this 45-degree-ish angle in the back and the front. They're pointing forward. You're in warrior one, and you can maybe come all the way up with your upper body. You can bring your hands to your hips, have your knee over-ish your ankle, and your palms come together at heart center. The back foot is really pressing down. The back heel is really pressing down, and it's engaging some of these nice deep rocket booster muscles in your bum. Find your breath. Maybe your arms are extended up, and if they are, bring them back down to your hips. Straighten your front leg. Pyramid. Both legs are straight. Same leg configuration. Maybe your back heel, your back foot steps up a little closer if that feels good. You can adjust your feet. Bring your hands wrists underneath of your shoulders, maybe bending your front knee a little bit. And if it feels good, bending forward. But again, I'll think about your back of your front leg, your knee. You want to make sure that maybe there is a little bend in there. Help to protect your knee. Maybe your forearms come down to the chair if you feel like that is good for you. And you're breathing wherever you are. I'm grateful for your body and for the energy that flows through it, and playing around with these lines of energy. That's what every asana is, every yoga posture. It's just playing around with lines of energy. And then come back up to your palms, and then just step your feet closer towards your chair. You're going to slowly roll up to stand. Into chest, shoulders come up to your ears, and then they roll back down. Shake out your hands, out your feet. find a stance, this kind of Wu Chi posture, this open stance, splitting your body, just like, ooh, noticing how you feel. Notice your breath. And taking a big inhale and letting it go. You're going to find that standing with one foot on the chair each side again, we're going to find a little variation to it. So planting your right leg into the earth, the foot into the earth, bring your left foot to the chair, bring your hands to the chair. So that repetition can be nice when we do something again. You're like, okay, I'm familiar with that. You do that again. And if you want to extend your arms up overhead, you can. But try to, when we think about exertion, maybe we want to get to like a half of what we're capable of doing or 3/4 of what we're capable of doing, but we don't want to exhaust ourselves. We're going to find a twist. And so bring your right hand to your left leg, bring your left hand to your left hip and press your hip sort of forward so that the hips can be more even, still facing forward, but you can find a twist in your upper back. Finding your breath here, maybe your arm extends, but let your hand come straight out from your shoulder. So you want a nice strong arm. You're looking at your thumbs, fine. We'll come back to center. And now bring your hands to the back of your chair and walk your left foot out towards the left. This is the lizard pose. And maybe your knee comes out to the side a little bit and your foot faces in, and you can lean forward if that feels good. It's just a stretch in the hip flexor. It can be kind of a pretty deep stretch, and you just sort of notice where it goes, and you're kind to yourself. And if it's not working for you, you bring that foot right down onto the ground. You play around a little with your body. Take a deep breath and let it go. Bring your arms to straight, foot comes down, step the foot off. Stand up, shake it out, and we'll do the other side. Engage your left foot. Let your right foot come to the seat, and they're both nice and strong, and you're nice and strong, and you're looking out into the ocean on your ship. Maybe your arms extend overhead if that feels good to you. I'm not going to do it because to me that's too much right now. Smile wherever you are. We push ourselves too much in so many different ways. We're going to find a twist. Let your left hand come to your right leg. Your right hand comes to your right hip and it sort of presses that hip forward. So your hips are still facing forward as you find your twist. Maybe you look over your shoulder, maybe your fingertips extend if that's fun for you. And, you just smile, be kind to yourself. You're strengthening your legs. You're strengthening these that flow of energy, your blood flow, your muscle responses. So many things happen. And come back to center. Bring your hands to your chair back and wiggle walk your right foot out to the side. Maybe you let your knee fall out a little bit and you kind of come forward. This is a great stretch to find on a park bench as well. It can really help to release your low back. Anytime we find a stretch for our hip flexors, it affects our low back. And breathing, your shoulders relax. Bringing your arms to straight, foot comes back down, and bringing your foot back underneath of you. Come to stand and just shake it out. Doesn't matter where you're oriented. We're gonna find some arm swings again, so make sure you're not gonna hit your your chair. But first, just find a stance where you can notice. You notice where you feel maybe tightness, or if you feel a little bit more open, if you feel more energized, if you mentally, how do you feel? Just observing. And take a deep breath and let it go. and smile into your experience, accepting it. And we're gonna swing the arms forward and back. We're gonna do the same arm swings we did at the beginning. Swing forward and back. We'll swing them from side to side. I love arm swings. And then we'll come back to center and you can swing them. Find your twist, your arm swing twist. They could be little, they could be big. They are what they are. And we'll come back to center and notice. And bring the palms of your hands together. And just envision that circuit of energy from your heart moving down one arm, through the palm of the hand to the other hand, the little synapse out the other arm, and this beautiful circuit of energy just kind of helping the tissue to relax. And it happens effortlessly. You don't have to force anything. Just relax and just envision this beautiful light. The more you relax, the easier it travels through that circuit. And just smile into the palms of your hands, and then that energy, that little light kind of takes the smile with it through your arm into your shoulder, into your heart, and it extends into the back of your body between your shoulder blades. And extends into your spine. And from the crown of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. This beautiful light sort of flowing, kind of this little light ball bouncing around with ease, bringing relaxation and softness with it. And that smile kind of tickles. Take a big inhale and let it go. Your arms come down, shake out your arms, shake out your feet. We're going to come down to the ground. And I told you I have a hard chair, so I'm going to put a blanket on the seat of my chair. And I have the back of the chair facing away. You might have a chair that won't allow your lower legs your feet to hang out from the back, so you might turn it the other direction. I have a blanket for the back of my head, and that's really just good for the nervous system. And we're coming to a seat however you get there. So I like to squat. I do. You all probably know that. It just feels really good. And maybe you bring the palms of your hands together. Squats are not in your repertoire. You can come right down to the ground. You can even come to a seat and just let the palms of your hands press together. Doesn't have to be squats. Bring my bum to the ground. And just bring palms of the hands together. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Hands come down and stretch out your legs, and let's move the legs around a little. Bounce the knees. Windshield wipe your feet from side to side. We're gonna pat the legs down and back up. Oh, they were such good sports. Your feet, your legs. Nice solid base. Coming back up, we're going to bring the legs over the chair. So finding your lower legs, let them kind of come over the chair where they're going to go. We're going to find a figure 4 stretch before we relax, but you can bring yourself down however you get there. Make sure you have some support for the back of your head. And you can kind of wiggle your hips a little bit. You can see how that's going to work out for you. And once you get there, make sure your chin comes a little towards your chest. Yeah, I take the bottom of my blanket and I like to roll it up to create a cervical roll. It's this roll to support the back of your head and supports the nape of your neck. So making sure you have some nice support. And we're gonna find this feels nice. We'll find a figure four stretch. Take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee. And if it feels okay, you can sort of drag your heel up the chair a little. You might even let your heel catch at the edge of the chair. And that's one of the nice things about having all four legs of your chair on your mat, because then it won't slide around. Unless you have carpet, then it's probably not a problem. Just let your arms kind of relax. See if your low back can relax, and just enjoy this figure four stretch with the chair as a prop. And we can always find this in a with the wall. You can kind of have one foot on the wall and pull it down to find a figure four stretch. So your foot, in that case, your right foot would be pressed against the wall, and that can happen too. But we all have different spaces that we're working in. So it's going to be this now. You might shift around a little bit from side to side. You can do whatever feels good. That figure four stretch, nice. If your low back can soften a little, you might want to tense up, soften. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And then we're gonna bring your right heel back down the seat of the chair and remove your left heel and place the left lower leg on your chair. Wiggle your hips a little. Take a nice breath in and let it go. And we'll switch sides. Let the other ankle cross over. Figure four stretch. Maybe you let your foot come up the seat of the chair somewhere, and the heel just catches somewhere. Doesn't want to go all the way up. That's totally cool. Well, seeing if you can enjoy the stretch, and especially on the outside of the hip. This is like pigeon facing the sky. Pigeon pose, that's one that you'll see a lot, and different people doing pigeon pose, and they're facing the ground, and one leg is bent underneath of their upper body, and the other leg's extended way back behind them. And that works for some people, but not for others. And this is, to me, more enjoyable on some levels because you can really relax your upper body, and it's good, especially if your knees are bothered, or even your wrists. Sometimes coming down to the ground, doing things with the hands and the knees and tabletop, and then making your way into down dogs and things. It can be a little more pressure on the wrist as well, shoulders and such. So just being kind to yourself, and take a deep breath and let it go. Now you're going to extend both legs so that the lower legs are over your chair. You might lift and lower your hips. You can wiggle your hips. You can bring, if you've got glasses, I like to remove my glasses because that is good for the nervous system. You have some support under the back of your head, and you rock your head a little from side to side, and bring your hands to your body, just wherever they land. Maybe you have one on your lower abdomen and one on your upper abdomen, letting your jaw relax, letting your eyes soften, and just feel your breath. And as you breathe, you have your hands touching your body, and you can envision that healing light kind of just shining into your body from the palms of your hands. Maybe originated in your heart, and it comes down into the shoulders and through your arms, and it sinks into your tissue, sinks into your internal organs, and Your jaw relaxes and your low back relaxes. And the more you relax, and the more you just soften and even find a smile, smiling into your body, and then just letting yourself soften on each exhale. Easier that light flows through your body, and your hips soften and relax, and your knees soften and relax, and your lower leg and your ankles and feet just softening and relaxing. Your shoulders and your upper back soften and relax. And your spine, from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, softening and relaxing. And your jaw and your eyes soften and relax. And that beautiful healing light just makes its way throughout your body. And the work that you've done, stretching and moving around, breathing, bringing awareness to your experience, encourages that light, that healing light, that kind of life force, your chi to flow with ease and peace throughout your body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, up your fingers. And so as you lie here and you rest, having faith in your innate wisdom, you are your own guru, and there are many guides and teachers around you, and we teach each other, and those we live with, those we interact with on a daily basis are our teachers and our guides. And within you is that innate wisdom, and each interaction is there to encourage that flow of energy, and just bask in it. Everything you need is right within you. Trying to deepen your breath. Make small movements with your fingers and your toes, your wrists and ankles. And bring your knees in. You can give yourself a stretch in any way, shape, or form. And slowly roll over to your side. And very slowly take your time coming up to a seat, letting your chin stay tucked. Rock a little bit from front to back and side to side. Feeling rooted through the base of your spine and lifted through the crown of your head. And bring your hands to your body again. And taking a deep breath and offering yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love. And let those components just permeate your being and be part of each interaction. Namaste, friend. I thank you so much for your practice today. It's just an honor to get to spend time with you. And I hope you have a really beautiful day. It seems like it's going to be another pretty prime autumn.